Beautiful night, beautiful light, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. Coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. I go by Melinda NailFanatic, and I'm back to do this latest free, timeless, channeled, collective tarot message from the Tarot in the Shadows series. So if you're here, that's by divine design. And we want to thank you for the growth on the channel, the increase in views and in listens. All right. Remember, if it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Always make your choices and decisions responsibly, because you'll always be responsible for them. And with all that being said and done, after these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah. All right. Before we get started, they said, soplalo! Oh, God, that feels good. All right. With the postcard from Spirit, we'll draw it first and speak it out last. What is the Tarot in the Shadows message at this time by divine design? All right, there it is. We will put that in up here and read that. I'll be our closing message. All right, let's see what we have from the P and Q Oracle. What is the Tarot in the Shadows message at this time? Please and thank you. This one wants to come out. Oh boy, we haven't seen this one in a while, but it has shown up on the show. It is Shark Daddy and Shark Boy, and then Quentin and Mommy and Grandma in her bed. So we have Shark Daddy and Shark Boy. We have Grandma in the bed and me and Mommy. Interesting, whenever I've had this card before, I've never been guided to look up sharks. So one moment. Let's look up shark, spirit, animal, and see what we find. The first thing that comes up is from worldbirds.com, shark symbolism and meaning. The spirit of the shark has entered your life to remind you of your authority and strength in front of others. You have the potential to be great as long as you do not let anyone bring you down. Shark gives you the power to make it right and get things done no matter what. Okay. And I hear War singing, don't let nobody get you down. 'Cause if they do, I'll be around. Okay, that was completely off tone. I haven't heard the song in forever. I'm just glad I remembered the lyrics at this point. Okay. I heard your grandmother's prayers are still working. I heard your grandmother's prayers and well wishes over you are still working. Let's get the dominant energy. What is going on here? What is the energy here for you? Live in peace and happiness right for today's shadow session. What is the dominant energy here? Dominant energy. And we have one card, please. You want to throw one out? That'd be great. You want to throw one out? This is a major arcana 3D tarot deck. Okay. This is the one. Okay, thank you. It's the magician. All right. So we have magician energy on the table, saying, hey, you're in your power. I got the power. Yeah, you do. You have all the resources and the power to attract anything that you want in your situation. You finally realize, like, what you do matters, and yeah, you can make things happen in your life. Okay. When you have the power here, you want to be wise to use your power benevolently, okay, for the benefit of all involved. Otherwise, you turn into having an abuse of power, which has repercussions of its own that are unpleasant. So, let's see. What spread are we using? Oh, okay. All right. They showed me the 7-card Gypsy spread. So we'll be pulling 7 cards. I have the pictorial key to roll here in front of me. So They said one more shuffle here, and then take it from the palm. So, show me the Tarot in the Shadows message today. Past energy, thank you. Past energy, we have the Nine of Swords. It came out in reverse. Okay. Nine of Swords in reverse in the past. In the current energy, what is this Tarot in the Shadows message? Current energy, please. Thank you. And we have the Ace of Wands, and it's upright. Okay. In the hidden blessing, what is the Tower in the Shadow message? Hidden blessing is the King of Cups in reverse. Okay. What is the challenge for tonight's Tower in the Shadows message? The Lovers. The Lovers. Okay. And the external influence in tonight's Tarot in the Shadows message is the Hierophant. The Hierophant. The guidance for your highest, lightest, and brightest good for tonight's Tarot in the Shadows message. What is the guidance? For the living peace and happiness, Shahi. The Two of Cups is guidance. And in the most probable outcome at this time, what is the most probable outcome at this time? Is the Three of Pentacles. Very nice. All right. The bottom of the deck, which is the background information of it all, is the King of Pentacles, honey, the King of Pentacles. Mastering the material world, having all the resources you need, financially comfortable, okay, financially comfortable. They said to use, I've also pulled the Tarot of the Little Prince out tonight. They said to use it to show the other side of this experience. So I will follow that direction. Let's get this Tarot of the Little Prince popping. All right, so they said start with 3 shuffles down, 3 traditional shuffles, okay. What is energy and the perspective from the outside looking in, somebody else's perspective in this, the other person in the situation? For some of you, both sides of the table will be others in your experience, okay. For some of you, one perspective here, this first perspective, will be your innermost feelings, and the other side of the table represent your external actions, okay? The things you actually do, because you know that don't always match up. For others of you, this will be you and another person, okay? So let's see. In regards to the other side of the table, on the other side of the table, we have in the past the Empress in reverse, okay? And in the current energy, on the other side of the table, what do we have? In the current energy, please. Thank you. Now in the current energy, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. The hidden blessing in this. What is the hidden blessing in this? We have the 10 of Wands. Oh, no, 10 of Swords, excuse me. And that's upright. Okay. I heard double ending because everything I say is on purpose. I know I said excuse me when I said 10 of Wands because the card was actually the 10 of Swords. But the hidden blessing is both the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. But we're going to focus on the 10 of Swords energy. So double ending energy. Okay, challenge. What's the challenge on the other side of the table? What's the challenge? The challenge, please, and thank you. The challenge on the other side of the table, we have the Sun card. The Sun. All right. The environmental influence on the other side of the table. What's the environmental influence on the other side of the table? Is the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups. And the guidance on the other side of the table. What's the guidance that the other side of the table is receiving? The guidance on the other side of the table. We have the 10 of Pentacles, and it's in reverse. Whoa. All right. What is the most probable outcome for the other side of the table? It's the Knight of Swords in reverse. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, if you don't want to hear about someone's drama, you might want to click off because I see some drama in this mess here tonight. Oh, boy. The bottom of the deck, we have the Moon. For someone, this is a Pisces on the other side of your experience, and you're an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Okay. With the Magician at the bottom of the deck, you do have the power. You do have the resources. But with what I'm seeing here, somebody was trying to create an illusion. Somebody was trying to create some manipulation. Somebody was up to some no good. Yes, they were. Somebody was up to some no good. In the past, the Nine of Swords was in reverse, and the Empress is in reverse on the other side of the table. Which side of the table are you? The Nine of Swords in reverse is finally able to rest, is the way it's coming through. Because the Nine of Swords upright most commonly is can't sleep, insomnia, worry, and stress. Yeah, well, with the Nine of Swords in reverse in the past, whatever you did, you weren't worried about it no more. You weren't stressed. You weren't worried. You calmed down. But it appears to be it had to do with somebody who was on the other side losing their Empress, and you were their Empress. They suffered the loss of the Empress. Why? Because they didn't know their own worth and value, or they didn't understand her worth and value. One of the two happened. Or both. I heard, or both. Was it both? I heard, yeah, it was both. Not only did they not see your worth and value, they didn't have their own worth and value down. This is what made it hard for, they said, this is what made it hard for them to see your worth and value, was the fact that they didn't know their own worth and value, you know? And again, they are saying you can only love someone else as far as you can love yourself. So, as this person didn't know and honor their own worth and value, they disrespected yours. At some point here, you were stressed the heck out in this situation. If you're showing up as a pictorial key, which according to this vibe, you totally were, tribe. Absolutely, yes. Holy, yeah. At one point, you might have been staying up late, worrying, crying, boo-hooing, stressing out. Where they at? What they doing? Why they talk to me like this? Why they do this? I heard why they talk to me like this? Why they do this? Why do they want me to feel that way? I hear why do they want me to feel that way? For whatever reason, however you did it, I heard because you realized that you were the King of Pentacles all along. You realize that all along you had all the resources, and with your spiritual prowess, I hear with your spiritual prowess and the fact that you are the Empress, you're able to attract whatever you need, your resources, you know. I heard you built yourself up many times over, and if you have to, you would do it again, and you did do it again. Okay, they said to take my little round handmade tarot deck and use it as the divine perspective over this experience. Interesting. So not only are we going to get it from your side of the table, we're going to get it from their side of the table. And then we're going to get from spirit side of the table, from God's side of the table, from the universe side of the table, from the angels, ancestors, and guides. Okay. We're going to get it from the truth, from the horse's mouth. I heard from the horse's mouth. All right. So what's the divine perspective over this past energy? Justice, el juicio, justice, judgment card, judgment. I see justice. I said justice. I see it says judgment very clearly. I said it clearly in Spanish. So it's like justice and judgment. Okay. The way spirit sees it, I heard this person tried to put you in some type of fear. This person tried to have you in some type of fear, worry, stress, something like that. Okay, whatever their tactic was. And they didn't recognize your worth and your value. They didn't recognize their own. How could they see it in you? They lost their Empress, and this was justice towards them. In other words, this was karma. Honey, what you put out, you get back. They didn't take care of the Empress. The Empress don't need to stay there. Shoot. The Empress could take care of her own self. If you get the honor and privilege of being hosted by the Empress, oh, you better come to the table with something. You better have a reason to be about your business there, because she doesn't have time to waste with just anybody. The Empress is busy ruling a kingdom. Kings and queens have to make appointments to sit with her. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got time to be playing. Okay, somebody did not appreciate the value of your time and your attention. They didn't understand your minute rate. Do you have a minute, right? They didn't understand the value of your time and your attention. Okay, they didn't appreciate it. Did they keep showing up late? Somebody was always late. Every time you had scheduled something, had an appointment, had a date, somebody kept showing up late, having you wondering where they at, or did they just not show up at all? Did somebody offer to do something and not show up? Did somebody say they were going to be a certain way and then they didn't show up when it was time to get down to the nitty gritty out here and play? Okay, they didn't show up in some type of way. In the current energy, oh, you're fine. You got over it. You moved on. Like I said, you stopped stressing out. You let it go. In the current energy, you're in your power, honey. With the Ace of Wands, you are all the way in your power. Yeah. You're solo bolo, sing $1 bill, living my best life. Okay. Ain't going back and forth with you. Nope, not no more, because the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This Knight of Pentacles ain't even moving forward. Okay, somebody is not living their life purpose. See, whatever they were supposed to do involves something with you. Interesting. In dishonoring the Empress here, there's something about them not serving their purpose. There was a purpose here. And it wasn't a purpose that you assigned them. They said it was a purpose divine. Yeah, they said it was a purpose divine. Okay, somebody here in the current energy, they're not moving forward. They're not moving on. They're not doing nothing. Okay, with the Page of Wands. Yeah, the Page of Wands. In the current energy, they're thinking about what they could do. What can I do? What should I do? It's a little late to be thinking about that all, ain't it? I heard it's a little late to be thinking about that, ain't it? Somebody is a day late and $10 short. What? Not $1 short. They're $10 short. Oh, God. Yeah, somebody here messed up 10 times and sideways. Oh. And here you are in your power. You're cool. You're going to have a whole fresh start. You're in a fresh start now. You're feeling your fresh start. I hear you already feeling your fresh start. Things are starting to look up for you. And then I hear, according to the laws of the universe, the better it gets, the better it gets. So it's getting better for you right now. Praise. I'm so excited about that for you. Absolutely, yes. For somebody else, they're not having any forward momentum. I heard life has become one big humdrum monotony. Life has become one big humdrum monotony. In other words, it's the same thing over and over again. There's no excitement. It's like, wake up, eat shit, sleep. 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 Do we need to say it again? I don't think so. I think you get it, right? Your life has a little bit of spice to it. I heard you bring the spice of life, honey. With that Ace of Wands, they're saying you bring the spice of life. I heard, because I'm the life for the party. I'm the life for the party. What happens when somebody get used to being around the life of the party, and then all of a sudden the life of the party is cut your ass off? Everything else just pales in comparison, they say. Everything else just pales in comparison to you. Yeah, they're completely bored. There's nothing to do. And they're like missing your energy. What the hell did they do? What the hell did they do? They had a seat at the Empress's table, and they forfeited that for what? They're sitting there asking themselves now, why did I give that up? Why did I give up my seat at the Empress's table? What the fuck was I thinking? Oh my God. The hidden blessing in here is that you've already become the emotional master. This King of Cups in reverse, he's screaming to me like you already had your emotional mastery down before you went into this connection. Before you went into this experience, you already had become the emotional master here. The hidden blessing on the other side of the table is the Ten of Swords, the end of a thought, of an idea. Anywhere where they thought that they could get with an Empress and play these types of games, that thought is over. And finally, they realize it, okay? I heard your action to end this situation is the hidden blessing. Now here, from the divine perspective, the hidden blessing is the Five of Cups, which is that emotional shift. Somebody thought it was cool to play, to try to make you, I heard, to try to play you for a fool. Thank you for saying it correctly. Yes, somebody here thought it was cool to try to play you for a fool. They see it differently now. They see it differently now because it's over. In this ending, they can see that clearly. But see, the hidden blessing in you is you already had this emotional mastery. See, You were good on your own before. You just wanted to, I mean, you're the life of the party. What fun is a party if you ain't nobody to party with? You know what I'm saying? It's fun and partying with other people, but hey, you always have your default throuple. Yeah, the default throuple, me, myself, and I. You always have your default throuple. That's why you're the life of the party, because you are the party. Okay. But it's fun when you can bring, I mean, everybody loves a full party. Who wants to go to a party and ain't nobody there? Life is a party around you. Our life is a party around you. The hidden blessing here, I heard you live life with no regrets. You live life with no regrets at all. And this emotional change that has happened for somebody else on the other side of the table too with this ending. Oh, if they utilize it the way it's meant to be utilized, and they'll be benefited, because moving forward, they won't do this stupid shit no more. They won't try to play these head games with somebody no more. And the challenge on your side, we have the Lovers card. And there's the whole throuple energy. You, yourself, and you. Or you could say your divine feminine, your divine masculine, and spirit. You could say that too. Okay, you are the Holy Trinity, honey. This is your challenge, to maintain that, to continue there. You know, it is funner having a big old party filled with so many people, but you are the life of the party. You need to maintain that regardless of who's coming, who's going, who's showing, who's not, okay? On the other side of the table, the challenge is, and see, here's the thing. The challenge about this for you is you really believe that this person was brought to your life with a divine purpose. Yeah. Before I go to the other side of the table, I'm not done talking about this one. They said, you got more to say here. They said, yeah, this person, you believe, and you can see how the divine brought you two together for a purpose, for a reason. You truly believe and can see the truth of it, that this was a divine partnership. But see, in a divine partnership, both counterparts got to step up to the table. When two people are brought together for a divine purpose, they both have to step up to the table. One person is not going to carry the other person all the way to the finish line. Hell no, that's not what this is about. Honey, we run together. We're going to encourage each other to lift your feet. Run, girl, run. Come on, we got this. Come on, baby, let's roll. We got to go. We both got to be going on the same rate. We got to be going on the same race. We got to be heading in the same direction. We got to work as a team in this. We got to be evenly yoked. It had been coming out recently in the readings about the yoke. We got to be evenly yoked. That's the challenge here, is you know that the even yoking is completely possible here. It was completely possible. Spirit saw the whole thing before they even brought you two together, because you two were brought together by the angels. See, the divine brought you two together, so you can see that. So that's a challenge for you. But at the end of the day, if they ain't going to step up to the game, if they're going to sit down and throw a temper tantrum like a 2-year-old, we're not having that energy. That's what we're not having. You say, if you don't want to run and cross this line with me, I'll motivate myself to get across the line. That's the throuple energy right there, baby. Yeah. Okay, now the other side of the table, if we could go there. The challenge is the sun, honey. The sun, you don't want to have that in the challenge. That means it's hard to be happy. That means it's hard to be in tune, and it's hard to hold that pure positive energy. What the heck is going on? Well, let's see from the divine perspective here. All right, the challenge is the 10 of Cups is in reverse. From the divine perspective, listen, this was brought together for a purpose. This was a divine union. Now the challenge is that the situation is in separation. These are two people that can truly be happy and love together. They can truly be happy and work together. These are two people who are meant to come together for a purpose. They have a purpose in their union. And they're saying, now we got to find who else can fulfill this role with you. You were willing to do it. They weren't willing to do it. And they've showed me this for a couple years now, at least, where it's like the way I always see it from the movie Karate Kid, or is it Over the Top? The one where they fighting, and the whole thing is like arm wrestling. There we go, arm wrestling. Anyway, so it's like a bout. I'm sure they have it in other competition sports that I don't look at. I'm not into that shit. But what I see is, they have the two names together. These two are at this time they're contending against one another. The winner from this will go up to the next level, and they're gonna contend with somebody else from this fight over here. The winner of these two fights, they're gonna contend together, and then the winner of this fight is gonna move on, and so on and so forth, until we get reduced down to one winner. Until it all gets reduced down to one winner. So the way they're showing me is, since this person wouldn't step up to the plate, that means, you won the fight, you won that battle, you won that competition. It's time to move on to the next bout, and you're going to be lined up with another contender who was in another bout prior to this, and they overcame in that one. So let's see if these two can step up to the table together in this situation, or is one of y'all going back down? So y'all ain't got to be fighting. This isn't about fighting. This is about that spiritual battle. Once the two of you decide to link up and do this spiritual transformation, this spiritual purpose here together, whatever that is. For some of you, this is about building a family, building a business, building yourself up, whatever it is, okay? What's the goal, okay? So as soon as you two align, then we won't have to be lining you up with anybody. The battle will be over. You two can go ahead and fulfill the purpose now. They say, what's the purpose, though? The purpose is that divine connection. Do you have any clue of the power of love? See, these bouts is all about love connections, is what I'm being shown. You have to have two willing participants. I'm seeing the number 18 for some reason. The number 18 is coming through. All right. And that's the moon card energy. Okay. Hold on. Can we stay on track, please? And thank you. Okay. So they're saying, tell the DJ, bring it back. Okay. So the power of love is this. One human in a positive, high vibrational energy has the power to transmute so many lower vibrational energies. But when two or more are gathered together in my name, there I am as well. In other words, when you link up with another person and that power of love is flowing back and forth to you, and then y'all got spirit in the middle of it, oh my God, it's like exponentially amplified. Okay. Now, what's the thing about energy, though? The thing about energy is it doesn't stay contained within you, within your home, within your room. Honey, it reaches through walls and borders and boundaries. The greater the vibration, the more transformation occurs on the spiritual plane, which must eventually trickle into the physical plane. So, again, they're showing me from Instagram that post that I've shared so many times with you, that shows through, muscle testing and kinetic testing, something like that. Don't quote me on the term, but one person in a high vibration transmutes the energy of all these other individuals in a lower vibration. And the energy is amplified. That was the purpose of this connection. The challenge is that that's not happening now. Since this person doesn't want to be a party to that, they can get the fuck up out the way, and God gonna send another one right away in a hurry. God gonna send somebody else right quick in a hurry. Until then, you have your throuple. So you're still doing the work. See, the point is for at least for you to hold your vibration, to hold that higher vibration. Okay, interesting. I hope you're seeing it the way I'm doing my best to put it into words. It's so deep what they're showing me. It's spiritually deep. But your own power, with the right connection to others, is intensified and multiplied and exponentially, because their power is intensified and multiplied exponentially. And the two of you come together. It's like, quantum. I heard quantum. Why are they saying quantum? Okay. Can we go to the next position? Yeah, that's fine. All right. In your environment, you have the high priest, the Hierophant, major arcana number 5, El Papa. Spiritual authority, honey. In your environment, There's a teacher. You have a teacher. You have a guru. You have a spiritual authority. I heard, are you the spiritual authority in your environment? Okay, that would make sense. Excuse me. That would make sense because God said the other leaders is attracted to listen to what I have to say because our leaders are where it's at. Okay. On the other side of the table, in their environment, the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is an opportunity available. It's a limited time opportunity. Okay. In the story of the Little Prince, his rose here is protected by a glass. He thinks she's the only rose in the world. And he is trying to protect that rose. Okay, so in the environment of the other person's, there's some sort of protection over this person. Wow, that's interesting. Oh, is that what's going on? They're telling me. So what it is just because they did what they did, this person is in an energy where they're not getting nourishment. See, that glass is stopping the water from actually touching the rose. So it's like they're not getting the nourishment from what is around them. There's a false sense of happiness around them. But at the end of the day, whoever surrounds them, there's a rejection going on over there. They screaming the word rejection at me. Because they're, really? Okay, what I just heard was, girl, let me spill the tea. What I just heard was, what they just said was, because they rejected their divine mission, they rejected their divine responsibility. They knew what it was and they rejected it. Now they're seeing themselves be rejected because Spirit said until they step up and do what they're supposed to do, this ain't stopping. It's going to keep showing up over and over and over it again. In other words, you can't escape the lesson until you complete the task, honey. You can't escape the lesson until you complete the task. It doesn't necessarily mean that they'll complete that task with you. See, this universe, Spirit, God is going to give them all these other opportunities to fulfill the task, which is be obedient to Spirit. Listen to your higher self. Listen to your intuition. Quit playing games and rejecting your soul mission. You're going to have to step up to the plate at some time. So they're saying in this position is how you're being looked at, okay? I heard this person can only grow so much. They can only do so much. They can't really move too far. They're in a very confined space is what they're showing. They're in a very confined space. They won't be able to do too much. They won't be able to move around too much. They won't be able to make too much change in their life until they step up and fulfill the lesson, the lesson that they're on right now. It's like karmic lessons. They do not run away. Okay. Spirit's looking at you like with an energy of approval. I hear Spirit is approving. Spirit is approving. Interestingly enough, Spirit is loving both of you. So Spirit is loving both of you, even while this person is in this space where they can't really move, they can't really do too much. That's for their own protection. Spirit, from God's perspective, there is love for all of us, okay? Whether you're going to step up and do your mission or not, there is love for all of us. But Spirit is still going, you got lessons. There's consequences and repercussions for your decisions. It don't mean they don't love you. In the guidance, your guidance is love, honey. Keep your heart open. On their side, the guidance is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This person has an I hear aggrandized attachment to material and not enough to love. That's how they found themselves in this situation. To material goods, material wealth, material. It's all about the material world. for this person. The guidance for this person, they need to give up. I just heard this. There's some in the scriptures about the rich man getting into heaven. They said it's harder for a rich man to get into heaven than it is for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. And then they're showing me from my days when I was involved in a religious group. The Eye of a Needle was the name of a gate to the city of Jerusalem, and it was a very narrow gate. It was very difficult for the camel to pass through there because it was so tall, it was so big. A lot of times they would have to unpack everything off the camel to get the camel through the dang gateway and then repack the camel on the other side of the gateway. It's difficult. So it's like, ooh, there it is right there. There it is right there. You got to unpack everything. This person, ooh. When God says, if God give you the inclination, if you hear in your spirit, give that person $3, boy, you better give them $3. I'm going to tell you right now, you better give them $3. Oh, yeah, you better do it. Because if you don't, it might cost you $300 down the road. I'm just saying. All of a sudden, flat tires could happen. You know what I'm saying? When God asks you for a little bit, maybe God said, give them $300. Honey, you better give them that $300. If God tells you, if your higher self tells you, if your spirit tells you, if your intuition tells you, what vernacular do we need to speak today to get you to understand it? If you get that spiritual guidance to give and you say, no, thank you. You're forgetting God gave you everything you got, hunte. All that money you got, you wouldn't have none of it if God didn't put it in your account. Hello. Can I get a hallelujah? Because we're in church. Hello. The fact of the matter is, if you don't give to God what God asked for you, there's consequences and repercussions for that. You're going to give it some type of way. God said you're going to give it some type of way. You could give it with a joyful heart right here where we're showing you the pleasant way to do it. Or you can suffer the consequences and repercussions because God said, I gave you all that. I'm going to need some back right now. I'm going to need you to take care of this for me. I'm going to need you to take care of this for me. And it's not necessarily God needs it back. It's not that. It's do you appreciate what you have? You know what I'm saying? God loves a cheerful giver. We're getting very religious here. Okay. There are laws in the universe to this. So let's talk about it more from a universal law perspective. Somebody don't like all this God talk. I'm hearing somebody really don't like this God talk. Not a problem. I'm going to talk all types of vernaculars here. So calm your ass down, sit down and listen. In regards to laws of the universe, when you got a closed fist, that is an indicator of a belief pattern that says there's not enough. There's not enough. There's not enough. And when your intuition calls on you to give and be generous in some kind of way, this is your intuition. This is the universe communicating to you that, hey, this law of the universe needs to get applied right now in your benefit for your abundance and prosperity to continue. If you obey it, your abundance and prosperity will continue. If you don't, it will get cut off. This is the universe warning you. You're being real close fist right now. You're stifling the flow of energy. You're restricting the flow of energy. Things are becoming stagnant in this energetic flow for your bank account right now. Open up the flow. Open up the flow. Open up the flow. Open up the flow. It's the same thing as God saying, take care of my chosen one. Give them some money. Take care of them. Offer them the ride. Give them your assistance. What is it? There's something here. Okay. And somebody here, that they're still trying to get into the eye of the needle with that camel, honey. They need to unpack all that shit. They're gonna have to give it up. You got to give it up. Keep on dancing. You got to give it up. Okay, so listen, they're gonna have to give it up before they can get in. They're gonna have to give it up before they can get in. Yes, and that's just the way it works. Because they didn't do it back there. They lost the Empress. They was greedy. They didn't do it. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. They're going to have to give it. So anywhere where God, universe, whatever, your intuition call for you to do something, you want to obey that. And it's not about obedience. It's about this is your highest self communicating to you saying, hey, this is the beneficial path for you to open up the flow of this abundance towards you. See, God said, if you give them 300, I'm going to give you 3,000. If you give them 3,000, I'm going to give you 30,000. See, it's like God multiplies things by 100. That's what I found. See, because when I threw $7 around and I said, ooh, I'm going to bless. And I didn't tell them what I was doing, but I threw $7, 5 and 2 ones, honey. I'm going to tell you what, I went to the casino and I hit that blackout for $700. God multiplies times 100. When I threw $20 out the window and I blessed, I said, ooh, somebody going to know they blessed today, God. Kids threw it out the window. It took a couple weeks for that 20 to come back to me. But let me tell you the story. One of my clients, I hadn't seen her in a long while. All of a sudden, she called me for an appointment. Girl, I got you. Come on in. So she comes in and she's got this story to tell me. She worked at the Louis Vuitton store here at the Crystals Mall here on the Las Vegas Strip. Hold on a second. Louis Vuitton store. You know Louis Vuitton ain't no joke type of store, right? She been working there for a long time. She said she had just had a conversation with her cousin talking about, look, girl, I got this ticket. If I don't pay it by such and such a date, which was coming right around the corner, she goes, they're going to double it from $1,500 to $3,000. It was a traffic ticket of some sort. And she said, I can't afford that. She goes, and I can't afford to get a warrant, and I can't afford to pay them double and all this stuff. She was like, I think I'm going to have to go stripping to get this money. You know, there's plenty of strip clubs here in Vegas. And the girl is gorgeous. Hold on. She's gorgeous. She got the body. She could strip if she wants to, but she had a job. You know what I'm saying? Her cousin's like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. The girl went and spoke to her mama. She said, Mama, this is what's going on. I got this ticket. I haven't been able to pay it. If I don't pay it by this day, they're going to double it to $3,000. She said, Mom, I'm thinking about going to get a job at the strip club just so I can get enough money to pay this off. Her mama said, you know what, baby? God knows your heart. If that's what you need to do, it's legal. You're grown. Do what you got to do and make your money and get out. And I won't think nothing less of you. So she had her mother's approval. So she's at work that night after speaking to her mother. She's speaking to her mother, and her mother, after speaking to her mother, she's sitting in there at work thinking about this. It's on her mind. She's working, you know, she works with the customers there. And one of the customers who knows her, he frequents this store. He said, what's going on? You seem a little distracted today. Oh, nothing. I'm fine. No, seriously, like you're always so chipper. You're always so happy-go-lucky. This is not you. What's bothering you? Something's really bothering you. He wouldn't let it alone. So she told him, and she told him her plan. He said, oh, no, we can't have that. You don't need to do any of that. You really don't want to do it anyways. He says, why don't you just let me give you the money? She said, excuse me, I can't do that. He says, you know what? You're right. If I give you the money here at work, you're going to get fired. He says, I'll tell you what, I'm going to be at that bar across the mall over here. When you get off of work, and the bar is open till like 2 a.m. Store closes around 10 p.m. He said, I'll be sitting up there. I have a few of my buddies coming in, but I'm leaving out of town in the morning. So if you come, he goes, and I'll be out of the country for a month. He goes, but if you come, I will give you the money. So you don't have to do that. She says, I can't accept that. He said, yes, you can, and I can give it to you so you don't have to go do all that. You don't need to do all that. So she said she thought about it. She couldn't get it off her mind for the next hour until the end of her shift. So she humbled herself. She went over there. They bought her dinner. And he didn't give her the $1,500. He gave her $2,000, which enabled her to pay her ticket and come and get her nails done and tell me the story. And again, my $20 got multiplied times 100. So sometimes it gets multiplied times 100 and it ends up right in your hand. Sometimes it gets multiplied times 100 and you get the positive repercussions of that. Sometimes it blesses somebody in your life. When I was having some financial struggles, God started giving me that inspiration. Say, it's been a long time since you threw the money out the window with the blessing on it. Okay, how much am I throwing today? Take that 5 out. Okay, thank you. Somebody getting some good luck. Throw it out the window, honey. My money has got back right again. So for somebody here, you got to understand the power of what you put out comes back to you. God loves a cheerful giver. And the awesome, beautiful thing about doing it in a way where they don't know where it came from is just a magical blessing to them. You gave a blessing. You gave a miracle out for somebody. You gave magic out in somebody's life. Something they really need. They're going to find it. They're going to feel so blessed when they find it, right? Everybody loves finding money on the floor. I'm just saying, I found some money on the floor. I love finding money on the floor. And the thing of it is, it'll come back to you, you know, but you got to do it from a pure heart. not a stressed out, oh, fuck, I'm stressed out. Melinda said throw money out the door. Okay, I'm just going to throw money out the door. Fuck. It's not like that. That's not the heart that's going to bring it back. I'm telling you that right now. You got to do it from a place of faith, of knowing that you're always protected. You are God's chosen one. When I was feeling so much stress, I said, God, I said I would marry you. I'm your wife. I got room for a wife. I can't have a husband because I got you, and I don't like men anyways. You said I could have a wife, but listen, is this how you take care of your wife? And I questioned God. I said, listen, you're going to have to take care of me better. So in that situation, okay, somebody, you really needed that for your financial matters, okay? But somebody here needs to understand that God loves a cheerful giver. If you give in spite, if you give angrily, that shit ain't coming back to you, because you're going to get it back the same way you give, with spite and anger. You got to give with love. Somebody here needs to open up. And you know what? Because they didn't open up when God said, give to my chosen one. I'm going to tell you something about that man who gave her the $2,000. The fact of the matter, oh, really? Thank you. Okay. Hold on, I got some more on this. Okay, so what happened was, but the fact of the matter that man gave the $2,000 to this girl with the willing heart, not only did he have it, but he gonna always have it. You know what I'm saying? Because he sees a need and he feels a need from a place of just wanting to. Why not help out if you can? You know what I'm saying? Now, they said that $20 still coming back to you though, Melinda, because what happened when that little heifer stole that money? So we had paid on somebody else's credit card because we was out of town with this person who we was supposed to be business partners with, my daughter and I, right? Paid for the sign over our shop. I gave her cash because I had cash in my pocket. It was quite a bit of cash. Big fat pocket, okay? And she charged it to her card because the message came, the sign was ready, they need us to pay for it right now. Okay, cool. We trusted her. She paid it. This little heifer turned into being a whole demon, did a chargeback. But let me tell you something. Oh my God, we had to come up with all this money at the last minute. The sign was just under $5,000. She did a chargeback on our sign for our shop. We couldn't open without the sign. It's in our contract. Anyways, so much, right? So here we are hustling, getting everything together we can, stacking. We got to pay for the sign, man. We got to pay for the sign. I told them, just give me some time. I'm going to get to you as soon as I can. Just give me as much time as you can. I'm going to get to you as soon as I can. My daughter's taxes came in. Yes, we're that much closer. Hunty, let me tell you, there's some nail fetish dude out there who just loves these nails. I've never spoke to him. I've never seen him. And he sent me $2,000. He sent me $2,000. We had the money to pay the sign. Hold on a second. Did the $20 come back to me again this time? Yes, it did. And a whole 100 times. Not when I thought I needed it. When I really fucking needed it. It came back. Okay. Oh, Lord. Somebody had the chance to open up this type of energy of blessing for themselves in regards to you. So what you don't understand is sometimes you get yourself in a situation where you need some help. You need some help. What you need to know is by one way or another, God's going to take care of you because you are his chosen one. You are her chosen one. You're the universe's chosen one. Oh, God, please, can we get out of the fucking grammatics of this shit? Just take the lesson, take the message, okay? Because somebody here is really nitpicky, and I can hear the complaining about how I'm talking. I like God. I like to talk about God. The universe is God to me, okay? So God allowed you to find yourself in a situation where you were stressing. This person had the opportunity to give and receive a huge blessing. They didn't take it. You still got everything that you need at the end of the day. You're doing great. You in your power. You got everything that you need. It came through for you. Somebody else here, there's going to be consequences and repercussions to pay. See, when God said give, because I gave to you, so you give freely because I gave to you freely, and you don't listen, oh, Lord, consequences and repercussions. The Three of Wands, expectation. This is the energy of your ships coming in, honey. That's what God said. So this is saying it's rewards time for the work you've done or the work you haven't done, for the acts that you've done and the acts that you haven't done. In your case, the consequences and repercussion looks like love, honey. You got love coming in. Somebody else has a loss. Somebody going to be taking a loss because what they did not do or what they did do that they shouldn't have. Either way, consequences and repercussions. If somebody thought that they could steal from you, for somebody, maybe they stole from you because you had all the money. If they thought they could steal from you, trust and believe, consequences and repercussions. They're going to have a loss. Anything that they done got with it, oh, it's just going to get them in trouble. You know what I'm saying? They're going to lose it anyway. Something going to happen. They're going to end up more in debt than what they started trying to steal from you, okay? Something like that. They said, and your ships are coming in. So what did you order? According to your actions, according to your faith, according to your obedience to God. I'm just going to say it that way because I believe in God, okay? But I believe in the universe. I know all the different vernaculars. Okay. I think I've cleared myself enough on that. Can we just leave that alone now? In the outcome energy, the Knight of Swords is in reverse on the other side of the table. And on your side of the table, you have the Three of Pentacles, honey. Mastery is here. You got love coming in, and you're going to keep your heart open to love. Your finances are improving, okay? And on the other side of the table, the Knight of Swords is a whole fucking battle. This is, chargebacks. That's chargebacks. Is that what the fuck is going on? Oh, my God. That was a bad idea, little girl. Yeah. That was kind of a personal bit for me that I just heard, but I'm going to tell it to you because somehow it applies to you too, or otherwise it would have came here when I wasn't live, when I was sitting here by myself, but it came through while I was live talking to you. That little girl that did that charge back on my sign. Oh, it's time to pay the consequences and repercussions for that. Somebody here, they did something dirty, low down. They did something dirty, low down. Honey, it's consequences and repercussions. It may be taken from them. They may have legal troubles. They may get a fine. They may lose something. Something could break down on them. There's some sort, and they're saying, don't you go rejoicing over the negative repercussions somebody else has brought upon themselves. It's not that we're doing that, but this is what the cards are showing. We're making awareness of it. And you know what this awareness is meant to do? Is meant to remind you of why you do what God says, why you follow Spirit's guidance, why you're a good person. I heard because sometimes you question yourself, why am I a good person? Why do I even try to be a good person? If this is how people are going to treat me, this is why you're a good person. Because your income is coming up. You're going to be able to work together with this new love that comes in. They're going to be a collaborative partner. Things are going on the up for you. You're building all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. That's your energy in the outcome. And their energy is a whole fucking mess. I mean, the Knight of Swords in reverse. Oh, that's violence. That's attacks. That is very harsh, extremely harsh. You know what I'm saying? This is fits of rage. This is upset. This is huge disappointment. This is big battles. This is, I heard the manipulation they tried to put on you is coming back on them. Oh boy, they said take both because your outcome from God's perspective and their outcome from God's perspective are very different in both situations. So on their side, the 10 of Wands is in reverse. Now, remember earlier when I have the 10 of Swords on their side, I said the 10 of Wands? Yeah, the 10 of Wands, honey. All those burdens and all those material, I hear all those material things they were trying to hold on to that stopped them from doing what they were supposed to do for you. They were trying to hold on to something when God said, hey, give a little bit back. Give it to my chosen one. This one right here is doing my will on earth. They could use your support right now. I'm going to give you this chance to bless yourself by blessing my child. By blessing my angel, even. I heard by blessing my angel. They didn't do that. Whatever they thought they had, they about to lose it. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. The divine perspective of you is the Eight of Cups. Honey, you are moving the fuck on in your life, safe from that. And you are I'm hearing closer to my dreams. I'm getting higher. Yeah, honey, you're moving one step closer to your dreams. You're moving away from a bad situation. This turns out well for you because the next step after the Eight of Cups is the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, honey. You're about to get your wish fulfillment. Your dreams are coming together. Co-creative components are coming together. Anywhere where somebody could have been a part of that, and in the end of the day they were abusive in some type of way. Oh, they'll have their repercussions. Don't you worry about that. You might even get word of it. I heard it. The word might get back to you about what the heck happens to them. However, just know that you're adding another brick to your cornerstone. You know what I'm saying? You're building yourself up. That stairway to heaven that you're building and you're investing in has another step on it, honey. You're doing what the fuck you should be doing. All right. Let's get a cue card about this experience, the guidance for you, the message for you. What's the most important message for the love and peace and happiness? Try he. The bottom of the deck is encounter. And we have an UFO. Okay. I heard out of this world. Okay. So they've been planning an encounter. It's a twist of fate. The wild card, honey. Wild thing. Mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. You make my heart sing. Mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. You make everything groovy. Yeah, baby. You got a wild thing coming up for you. It's a twist of fate. There's a wild card happening here. And you know what? It's interesting because they're saying, I am the wild card. Your faith makes you a wild card, honey. The wild card can play anything, and it's always a blessing to have a wild card. If you're playing on these games on the tables here in Vegas, you want that wild card, honey. Okay. What's the wild card? Okay. The thing of it is, the wild card means you can go through anything. The twist of fate is happening for you. Things are turning in your favor. Okay, thank you. Let me get something from my handmade oracles about tonight's Tarot in the Shadows message. What's the most important message for the love and peace and happiness? Try he at this time, please and thank you. This one. XOXO, hugs and kisses are on the way for you, honey. You're going to have hugs and kisses. We like that too. The bottom of the deck. You have so many people who need your time and energy, so I decided to pull out of the competition for your attention worthiness. In the past, here, you embraced your worthiness. You weren't finna fight with somebody about something. Maybe they was too busy giving their time and attention to somebody else, and that's what they were supposed to be giving to you. Maybe it was too busy whatever they were doing, it wasn't coming to you. You decided to pull out of the competition. I heard, I'm not trying to compete with your bank account. Are you fucking kidding me? That's what I heard. I'm not trying to compete with your fucking bank. Hey, this is how I speak. This is how I speak. This is what I hear. I ain't trying to compete with your fucking bank account. Let's see what we have from the Tea Leaf Fortune cards as the most important messages. Oh, wait. Okay. Do y'all remember what I looked up at the beginning of the show? I looked up something at the beginning of the show. And it was a shark. Why did I look at the shark? Take care or there will be loss of material wealth with the shark. Was that this show or was that the earlier show? Hold on, I can tell you. No, it was this show. Where did I get the shark energy from? I got it from the P&Q Oracle. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. So here you are. You take care so that there's no loss of your financial wealth, but somebody else here, you're protected from anybody that would attack your spiritual wealth. There is whatever this shark energy is that would attack your spiritual wealth here, they're entrapped, they're encaged, they're beneath you. Number one, they're beneath you. They can't reach or access your family either, is what I'm seeing in this image. But the spirit animal message from the shark one more time was, the shark spirit has entered your life to remind you of your authority and strength in front of others. You have the potential to be great as long as you do not let anyone bring you down. The shark gives you the power to make it and get things done no matter what. And isn't that like what I told you? Don't worry about it. If you're in a stressful situation, don't worry. Somehow it's coming through for you. Let me tell you something. There's been a couple of times where I say, okay, God, how are we gonna pay these bills today? Don't you know it's due in a couple of days? What the fuck are you doing up there? Hello, I'm your wife. What you doing for me? Hello, I'm willing to put in the work. I'm willing to do the readings. I'm willing to do the nails. What do I need to do? Bling something out? What the fuck? What is going on up there? Get on your job. What I didn't know was somebody's chance to clear karma, because see, the way my karma is set up, and this applies for you, the way your karma is set up, people have the opportunity to clear their karma or earn negative repercussions again, according to how they do with you. Okay. And to confirm what I've just said, the cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. Honey, you are protected. These little things that would try to come in and create chaos and dysfunction in your life, you protected from it, honey. You definitely are. I heard that's why your money was funny when you were around them, because God didn't want them to get a whiff of the wealth that is yours. Because God knew these people were more focused on the money than they were on the love. And you're more focused on the love, and the love attracts the money, because money and love is all on the same vibration. So if somebody here in this situation had a whole bunch of money, God was showing them how loved they were. And as a result, God asked them to give, to support, to lend the love that they were given freely. They were freely given love. So God said, give that love freely back. Here, my chosen one is sitting right next to you. Hand them something. Give them this much. God said, I told them exactly how much to give you. Whether it was time, whether it was assistance in physical ways or financial ways. Okay, you're protected from negative influences and forces that are beyond your control. You've taken care so that there's not a loss of material wealth. Somebody else here, did they do that too or not? And then the thing is, on the table, this shark is looking right at the XOXO. Staying focused on love is what protects you at the end of the day. That love vibration, the more you can sustain that, the more you can be in love with your life, with what you see, with who you see, with what's around you, with yourself, number one, with yourself, number one, you're going to attract all the funds. I heard you're going to attract all the funds. Okay. What's at the bottom of the deck from the divine perspective? The Seven of Cups in reverse. And there it is. An illusion, a lie, a deception of some sort. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. God's like, we ain't playing these games with you. We ain't playing these games with you. Let's get something from the download oracle. What is the message from the download oracle for the tarot in the shadows tonight? Whew. Living on planet Earth as a human, life is composed of self-fulfilled prophecies. What do you prophesy for yourself? All you think, feel, say, and do are self-fulfilling prophecies, the energy of what you call to you. Somebody said, I can't afford to do that. When God said, put $3,000 in my chosen one's hand, they said, I can't afford to do that. Guess what? Regardless of what amount of money they had before, now they really can't afford to do it, because they self-prophesied that. When you was going through some challenges financially or whatever it was, and you said, somehow God's going to make a way for me. My blessings are coming right to me. Everything's going to be paid on time. I may not know how that's going to happen just yet, but it's going to show up right on time. I always have everything that I need. That was your self-fulfilled prophecy. So keep on speaking. Keep on speaking your prosperity, your abundance over you. Keep on speaking how God's going to always make a way for you. Keep on speaking how you are always blessed, safe, and protected. Keep on speaking about how God has always showed up You always had what you need. You're always safe. You're always protected and cared for. Oh, and remember to speak out how you are God's chosen one. I am God's chosen one. Don't you know? If you don't know, you better go ask somebody. You better look up the Love and Peace and Happiness Tribe. They're going to fill you in just on how that's true, okay? But if you don't know, guess what? That's not my problem neither. It's going to change shit about me. Maybe they don't know your value and your worth. Like I said, this person here, they did not know your value and their worth. They did not know your spiritual position. They didn't know that you were God's chosen one. Did that change the fact that you are? Absolutely not. Doesn't matter what they think about you. It don't matter whether they know it or not. They have a chance to bless themselves if they decide to see it and show up and show out. If they do, great. If they don't, great. Either way, you gonna come. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. You understand that? Let that be a self-fulfilling prophecy. I heard. Okay, what's the dedication here? We got a dedication coming out tonight. What's the dedication for you? What's the dedication we have for you? Thank you. It's Rihanna and Future. I don't want to give you the wrong impression. I need love and affection. And I hope I'm not sounding too desperate. I need love and affection. Love, 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 love and affection. That should have been of higher value than the extra they had in their account because God dropped a bag on them. I'm just saying, that's what God's saying. That's the message that's coming through today. As much as I wish it was something else, that's what the message is coming through today. Why do I have to wish it was something else? I don't wish it was something else. The message is the message. I'm just the channel. I don't give a fuck what the message is. I'm going to tell it. I don't care who like it, who don't like it. That's not my problem, okay? If you're taking it personally, if the shoe fits, strap that bitch on and run a couple miles. I'm just saying, let's see what we have for our final message today, which was the first card we pulled from the postcard from Spirit. Dearest you, we bet you must be so exhausted some days. Given as much as you do, sharing your energy so beautifully in service to the highest good can leave you feeling depleted, like an empty well. If it feels as if there's no more water for you, the good news is we have a plan. Today, go take a relaxing bath. Book a massage, read a novel, buy yourself flowers or plant some in your garden. Make time for self-care, not more work on yourself. By attending to yourself now, you are reminded to do more often. And be sure to use a word that might have caused you anxiety in the past, but is essential for your well-being now. No. Say it with us. No, thank you. No, I can't. You do not have to explain. Just say no, gently but firmly. Then go for a soak. Life will wait for you to bring yourself back to center, replenished and ready for more adventure. We love you so very much. There's something here in this postcard from Spirit about you being so much to service to this person. Whenever they needed your skills, talents, and abilities, you were there. You didn't question. You never said no. Enough to where you started to overgive of yourself. God tried to get this person to balance it out. So when they come running back to you, trying to be in your space or in your face, and because you're their son, they're having a hard time being happy without you. This was the divine partnership. God said, say no. Say no. We got somebody else coming. Don't you worry about that. That's what I heard. So this is what we have for you at this time. Go ahead and hit up my website for instructions or below this YouTube video on how you can purchase your own TikTok tarot reading. I got time to get those in for you. It's only $10, $10 US will start you off on a reading. If you got more, you want to spend more, you want to get more time, we can do that. We could do that by video. We could do that by a phone call, or we could make a video while you're on the phone. Either way, so you could always come back to it, right? And the $10 TikTok tarots, those are always on. I leave them on my TikTok, and I'll leave them here on YouTube, and I'll send you the link. You don't have to have TikTok download it or know how to use it in order to get a TikTok tarot reading. I'm going to create it on TikTok, and I'll send you a YouTube link either way. So those are always available for you. If you want to make some jewelry with intention to it, crystals and natural gemstones, I have that available. If you want to get some cards, custom or otherwise, I have that available. If you want to just rant and talk to me on the phone, it's the same cost as a reading. For the same amount of time, you can do that too. You just need somebody to hear you go off. I can listen to you from a place of non-bias. You know what I'm saying? And if I hear anything, I'll tell it to you if you stop talking long enough for me to talk to you. But sometimes you just need somebody to listen while you go the fuck off. I can do that too. Same cost as a reading, same amount of time. In other words, thank you for choosing me for the services that I have available. And if all you want to do is come listen to these free readings here on Wisdom or watch the free readings here on YouTube, I'm cool with that too. Thank you for watching what I'm producing. And until next time, I'm sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks.